So you've saved your first $10,000. Maybe it came from working hard. Maybe it was a tax return, a bonus, or a little bit of all three. However you got here, that's real money and it deserves a real plan. The problem is, most people either let it sit in a regular savings account doing nothing, or they throw it somewhere without thinking and hope for the best. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly what I would do with that $10,000, step by step in plain English. Quick disclaimer before we start, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is based on personal experience and research. Always do your own homework before making investment decisions. Alright, let's get into it. Step 0. Build your foundation first. Before you invest a single dollar, you need to check two things off your list. I call this step 0 because it has to happen before anything else. First, pay off high interest debt. If you have credit card debt, personal loans, or anything charging you 6% to 8% interest or higher, pay that off first. Here's why. If your debt is charging you 20% interest, there is no investment on earth that reliably beats that. Paying off that debt is the guaranteed best return you can make right now. Second, build your emergency fund. Before you invest, you need a cushion. 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses sitting in a high yield savings account. Not a regular savings account. A high yield one, because those actually pay you decent interest just for keeping money there. Why does this matter? Because if something goes wrong, job loss, car breaks down, medical bill, you don't want to be forced to sell your investments at the wrong time just to cover it. The emergency fund protects your investments. Once your debt is under control and your emergency fund is in place, now you're ready to invest. Step 1. Max out your Roth IRA. This is where your money goes first. If you only do one thing from this video, make it this. A Roth IRA is a retirement account with a serious tax advantage. You put money in after you've already paid taxes on it, and then it grows completely tax-free. When you retire, you pay zero taxes on the gains. Zero. In 2025 and 2026, you can contribute up to $7,000 a year to a Roth IRA. There's another huge perk. The money you put in, not the gains, but your actual contributions, you can pull out anytime without a penalty. The gains stay locked until you're 59 and a half, but your original deposits are always accessible. That makes it less scary for young investors. You can open a Roth IRA at Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, or Webull. All solid options, all free to open. Now, what do you actually invest in inside your Roth IRA? Index funds and ETFs, that's it. At least to start. An index fund is basically a basket of stocks that tracks the whole market, or a big chunk of it. Instead of betting on one company, you're betting on hundreds at once. That spreads the risk way out. 3 great options to know. VOO tracks the S&P 500, which is the 500 biggest companies in America. This is the classic. VTI tracks the entire US stock market, including smaller companies, even broader than VOO. QQQM tracks the NASDAQ 100, which is heavily tech-focused. Higher potential reward, but also higher risk. Better once you're comfortable. For most people starting out, VOO or VTI is the move. Put your $7,000 here and let it grow. Step 2. Get your 401k match. If you have a job that offers a 401k, your next move is to make sure you're getting the full employer match. Here's the deal. Many employers will match a percentage of what you put into your 401k. For example, if your company matches up to 3% of your salary, and you're not contributing at least 3%, you are leaving free money on the table. That match is part of your compensation. Take it. On top of that, 401k contributions come out of your paycheck before taxes, which lowers your taxable income for the year. It saves you money twice, once in your account, once on your tax bill. If you're self-employed, look into a solo 401k. The contribution limits are much higher and it works similarly. The 401k match is free money. Always capture it before doing anything else with the rest of your cash. Step 3. Open a taxable brokerage account. Okay, you've maxed the Roth IRA. You've got your 401k match. If you still have money left, let's say around $3,000, this is where it goes. A taxable brokerage account is just a regular
Start
investing account.
early.
No special tax rules, no contribution limits. More flexible,
Stay
but you
in.
do pay taxes on gains when you sell. This account is your learning lab. Here's the strategy. Pick 3 to 5 companies you actually understand. Companies whose products you use or whose business model makes sense to you. Think Amazon, Apple, Google, Nvidia, Costco, Visa. These are examples, not recommendations. The point is, invest in
Start
businesses you can follow
early.
and believe in a long term. Keep individual stocks to a
Stay
smaller
in.
slice of your total portfolio. This is where you take a little more risk in exchange for potentially higher reward.
Start
What about crypto?
early.
If you're curious, and only if you understand the risk, you can put a very small amount
Stay
into
in.
Bitcoin. I'm talking 5% to 10% of this account. Maximum. Bitcoin only. Not altcoins, not meme coins, and only money you're genuinely okay losing. Crypto is volatile. Treat it like a high-risk side bet, not a strategy. Step 4. Automate everything. Here's the move that most people skip, and it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Automate your contributions. Set up automatic transfers to your Roth IRA every month. Automate your 401k through payroll. Set up automatic deposits into your brokerage account. Why does this matter? Because when it's automatic, you never have to think about it. You don't have to remember. You don't have to feel motivated. You don't have to fight the urge to spend it. Emotion is the enemy of good investing. When the market drops, people panic and sell. When it spikes, people get excited and buy at the top. Automation removes that whole problem. And here's the bigger picture. It lets compound interest work without interruption. Compound interest means your money earns returns, and then those returns earn returns. Over time, the growth snowballs, but it only works if you stay consistent. Automate it, set it, and forget it. The long game. Time beats everything. Here's a number that should motivate you. If you invest $10,000 today and leave it alone at an average 8% annual return, in 30 years that becomes over $100,000 without adding another penny. Add consistent monthly contributions on top of that. The number gets much, much bigger. The key is time in the market, not time in the market. Nobody consistently knows when the market will go up or down. Not professional investors, not Wall Street, nobody. The people who win long term are the ones who stay invested through the ups and the downs. Start early, stay in. Let time do the heavy lifting. Mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, let's quickly cover the most common mistakes new investors make. Trying to time the market. Waiting for the perfect moment to invest means you'll probably miss the best days. Just invest. Going all in on individual stocks. One bad earnings report can wipe out a huge chunk of your money. Index funds protect you from that. Ignoring tax advantage accounts. The Roth IRA and 401k exist for a reason. Using them first is one of the smartest moves you can make. Checking your portfolio every day. The market goes up and down constantly. Daily checking leads to anxiety and bad decisions. Check it monthly at most. Panic selling during a downturn. Markets dip. They always recover. The worst thing you can do is sell at the bottom because you got scared. Avoid these 5 and you're already ahead of most people. Once you've got the basics locked in, here's a mindset that can add some edge. Watch for generational shifts. The internet changed everything in the 90s. Social media changed everything in the 2000s. Right now, AI and clean energy are looking like the next major waves. Index funds give you broad exposure to all of this automatically. But if you see a specific industry clearly positioned to grow, and you understand it, you can overweight it a little with individual stocks. This isn't about chasing hype. It's about recognizing big long-term trends early and positioning yourself in them. Your action plan. 5 steps. Let's make this concrete. Here's exactly what to do. Open a Roth IRA at Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, or Webull. Check your 401k at work, find out the match and make sure you're capturing it. Open a taxable brokerage account for the remainder. Set up automatic investments in all 3 accounts. Max out your Roth IRA. Get that $7,000 in before the year ends. That's it. 5 steps. You can have all of this set up in a weekend. Conclusion. Here's the truth. $10,000 is not going to make you rich overnight, but it does something just as important. It starts the clock on compound interest, And the earlier you start that clock, the longer it runs, and the bigger the number gets at the end. So here's what to remember. Max your tax advantaged accounts first. Use index funds as your foundation. Put a small amount toward individual stocks to learn, automate everything, and then stay the course. The best investor isn't the smartest one, it's the most consistent one. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe. We've got more videos coming on building wealth from scratch. See you in the next one.